short, and I just kept going over the minute. And I just want to talk to you all about the difference between serving God as a lifestyle and having God as a conveniency. See, when you have God as a lifestyle, you take God with you everywhere you go. I'm reminded of when I was in middle school in the area that I'm from. We used to go to this club called Middies. You know, we were in middle school, 12, 13, 14 years of age. Our parents would drop us off. The line would be forever long. I mean, I kept God in it. I'm gonna tell y'all, when I was given referred to that Bible verse as a youngin, pray without cease. I really prayed without cease. And I would pray to God that we would get in the club before they shut the line down. Because this teen club, middies, if you from VA and you from the 757, and you were a teenager back in 2002 through 2000. I was in high school 2002 through 2006. So if you were in middle school between, because this was middle school when middies was jumping. It was jumping in high school too. We started going to middies, I want to say the 7th or 8th grade. I can't even remember the age range, but the year had to be between 2001 and 2005. 4 middies, we were burning middies up 2005. And I would pray that we would get in the club before they shut the line down. I would be in line with my friends. We'd be on the way to the club, wherever it was. Internally, I would just pray. Nobody would have to know. I would pray for protection because every now and again there was a fight at Middies. And there was other clubs too, but on our side of the water, we had Middies. If you was, across the water, you had the Cave, you had the Peppermint. And one thing about keeping God in it that I've always had. I played football in high school. I played in college too. Well, I was on the team in college, practice, went to home games. I didn't make the traveling squad. I was ineligible my first year, my second year. But anybody that know me, even on the football field, and I was bad on that football field. I'm talking about I was better than average. Uh, I didn't get a chance to show it in college. After my second year, I transferred out. Never played football for a team again. But in high school, I was a beast. And I would pray before games, during the game. That means in between plays, I'm on the field for God to just guide me. And God did. I had a phenomenal junior season. Started at my second half of junior season. And as a senior, after the second game, I started. After being third string. And, one thing about keeping God in what I was doing is that it always worked out for me. It always worked out for me. Coming up as Christian and, you know, from a religious perspective, a lot of people would know who God was or was to be to believers and know that traditional Christians will go to church to a building all the time. When I say traditional, I'm talking about traditional as in how we were brought up, church 3 and 4 times a week. I'm not talking about traditional as like, you might read in the Bible about the synagogues and all that. But um, because what we do now in modern day society when it comes to religion, we ain't nowhere close to what we read in that Bible. But I will say this, I had to find the perfect blend of my personality that God blessed me with and the purpose that God wanted me on as a Christian, as a believer. And I've always prayed. I think in my lifetime I went one, I don't want to contradict. Growing up, I always prayed. In 2016, when I was battling depression, in which I overcame, one day I said, forget God. I ain't gonna pray no more. And it ain't nothing happening for me that I'm praying for. F God. I mean, I really was cussing. If you ever seen that movie, Apostle, uh, it came out a good 15, 20 years ago when the apostle or the preacher was cussing at God. I was cussing. And, I don't think the Spirit of God was cussing back at me. I know for sure, but I was just taking it because he forgave me for what I didn't know. Yeah, and what I didn't know was God was working things out for me all along. It didn't feel like it, But going through in 2016, what I went through for the first time in my life, and the rebound from that, it all worked out for the good. I had to learn patience. I had to learn consistency with God. I had to learn persistency. God couldn't be a convenience. He couldn't be a convenience anymore. God needed to be embraced in my life all the time. From dawn until dusk, I needed to give God praise. Not just when I was lining up for a party, not just when I was praying everybody make it home safely from the club, not just when I wanted this particular lady to come back into my life, not just when he gave me a new pair of shoes or gave me money. My lifestyle, the difference between the lifestyle and the conveniency with God is that you mention God in everything you do, everywhere you go. In the classroom, when I'm teaching, I'm mentioning God. When I'm on the phone, I'm mentioning God. When I was dating a lady, I'm mentioning God. And even if I procreated and I have 2 children out of wedlock, I still mention God. Because even when you sinning, God doesn't want us to keep sinning. But see, you keep going back to God, and you know that little voice inside your mind telling you not to do something, and you still doing it. One day, that little voice gonna become crossroads. It's gonna become a crossroads. And it's gonna be, if you continue doing it, this is what you're gonna get. And sometimes it might be something that society may not allow you to bounce back from easily. And you're going to be at that crossroads, and that little voice in that head, it's going to be a burning bush moment where you got to just get rid of anything that's not of God and serve just God. And I did that one day. It took years. I got away from cussing all the time first. Then I got away from certain people. Then I got away from being what people would consider promiscuous uh, or whoremongering. I got away from that. I got away from alcoholism. And the more that I embraced the voice just grew and it grew and it grew and it grew. And that's why I'm mentioning God so much, y'all. I get that I can't help this. I get that I can't help this about God. That's how good he's been to me. And I could go down a long list of things, and I always give this one particular thing because it means the most. Is why I'm still here today and alive. When I quit drinking alcohol, July 14th, 2016, I didn't look back. I thought about looking back. Uh, Even times I purchased alcohol for friends or a lady I was dating, or I was at a club and I just wanted to smell the alcohol. And I still might smell something today, but I don't drink it, y'all. It is not tempting to me. And it's been days when I wanted to kick myself and say, you know what? I'm gonna go back drinking, man. Forget it. I've been sober 6.5 years. God gonna take these 6.5. I'm going back to drinking. You know what I'm saying? I'm going back. Give me some Southern Comfort. Give me some Ciroc. Give me some, whatever I used to drink. You know what I'm saying? I think Ciroc with cranberry. Was it Ciroc? Nah, it was for Patron. I'm sorry, not Ciroc. I wasn't a Ciroc drinker. Patron with cranberry juice, or Southern Comfort, or Hennessy with Coke, or I used to like the little fruity drinks too, them big punches. I forget what they call. It used to be a big half a gallon of punch that you can get out of the store, $19, $20. If you was in Virginia, it was like 20 something dollars. If you was in Carolina, it was like 17, 18. We used to burn that store up on Western Boulevard in North Carolina all the time, in Raleigh, and in Virginia, in the 7-5, any alcohol, any ABC store here. I even like, Merlot at the time, Blackberry Merlot, something like that, Berry Merlot. It was wine. But, I had different phases in different times. But I mentioned all these things to say, the beginning stages of being sober, it was tough. It was tough. The first few months, it was tough. I was working in a hotel 2 months after I stopped drinking, and I would find, and you might see it in one of my shorts, I would find, as a houseman, going in rooms to clear out rooms, unopened bottles of alcohol, unopened bottles of wine, unopened bottles of beer. And we are taught to throw those things away. Did I throw those away? No. All right. I had a roommate when I was staying in Raleigh. I moved in with a friend, childhood friend of mine. I was living there too. And I would take him to the house and give him to my roommate. And I couldn't see, for one, I couldn't see myself. I don't like wasting anything. You know what I'm saying? Uh, should have thrown it away from one logic. But another sense of logic is, hey, my roommate drinks. And if I take this home to my roommate, he ain't got to go out and spend money, and he can use that money for a bill. So, I was thinking, I was still keeping the good logic intact. But for God to deliver me from alcohol, and for me to be able to go in the club and go to a bartender, which is 99% of the times, from my experience, it's a lady. And I say, hey, I stopped drinking 6.5 years ago. Can I just have soda? Get a Coke? And I haven't been charged for Coca-Cola soda in years. Now, why not get water? I don't like drinking tap water or water from out the, whatever nozzle and tube they get it from. But sometimes I got so much water in the car, I get in the club, I want a soda. I was just in the lounge like last week, and it was on a business matter. And I went to the bartender while waiting for the owner, and I said the same thing, hey, I've been sober for years. You mind if I get soda? I mean, you got soda here. And I tried to give the lady $5 because I know back when I was drinking, a small shot of something was usually be $5 or $7. It's probably like 20 something dollars now, per what I see on Facebook. But the truth of the matter is, I keep God in it wherever I go. If I was talking long enough with the bartender, I could say, hey, look, God just brought me a long ways. I'm here to, But, bartenders got a lot of things to do, and they can see God written all over me. How can this man come to a bar in the club where everybody's buying drinks, women are all over, the guys buying drinks, guys are all over, the women buying drinks, and he asks for a soda? And she said, no charge. I tried. I did like this with the 5, no charge. And I was there on business too, but it's been like that every year. Just keeping God in it. And sometimes you don't have to announce that God's in your life. The walk that you make with God, it will be seen. People will see what you post, will see how you act in adversity, will see how you behave at work, will see how you respond when they do you dirty, and know that God is in your life. They will know that something is in your life causing you not to flip out, causing you not to fight, causing you not to do what you used to do back in your day. And I can honestly say, when that little voice, when I talk about God, the lifestyle as versus a conveniency, that little voice that I used to ignore or say, God, I don't want to stop having recreation with, with women when I was younger and in college and high school. When I started to make God a lifestyle, hey, I don't want to be around women and help them, undress. I want to help them dress up. You get what I'm saying? Dress up their mind, dress up their purpose, dress up their, fashion. I want to help them know that giving your body away isn't for everybody. It's for your husband. You get what I'm saying? I want these women to know that you are beautiful. And I'm going to just, a lot of women wear men's clothes because they say that it's comfortable for them. And then a lot of women experience in other departments, if you know what I mean, because, and this is what women have told me, because when they were younger, the guys used to always holler at the other girls. You know what I'm saying? But these women are still women. And that's all I'm going to say on that, because on social media, this can be taken a lot of different ways. But that little voice, when it turned into a lifestyle, it gave me self-respect. I respect myself more, so I don't say certain things to women. I respect myself more, so I don't have certain intentions with women that I used to have. These intentions I got with women now. I'm a father. I got a daughter. I've been had it. My son is 6. My daughter's 8 months. She's about to be 9 months in a few days. But God has worked on me so much that some of the most important things that I would look for in women, society doesn't really check for anymore. I look for self-respect in a woman. I look for queenship in a woman. You get what I'm saying? Which goes along with that self-respect. Certain things she just ain't gonna do. You know what I'm saying? Uh, if it's demeaning for one or derogatory, I look for God in a woman. You know, every woman I meet, you know, I'm spiritual. I don't believe in God quite so. No, I'm looking for, I believe in God. This is what God has done for me. And it ain't something that a lot of women can put a facade on and fool me. My discernment is strong. See, when God is my lifestyle, he helps me to not only impact others through my lifestyle, but he helps me to realize um, how much more of I got to be so that people can be more concrete with believing in him. Even down to my friends. You talk to any of my closest friends, I'm always talking about God. And some of them say, you know what? I believe in a higher power. Okay, go define the word God. A God is omniscient. It's not a human. A God is omnipresent. And, you know, I can go on and on and on, but I just wanted to make this video because I couldn't see myself just putting it in 1 minute. When God is your lifestyle, it's like getting back to base and hide and seek. You make it back to base every time, you get another time to go back out. But instead of hide and seeking, trying to hide from somebody, you're not hiding. You're just seeking. You're seeking for opportunities to tell people about God. You're seeking for opportunities to show people how good God has been to you. That's why I'm back in the gym and I'm recording my workouts, because it's amazing to see what I can do now that I couldn't do before. Get what I'm saying? I get on YouTube and I look out workouts, and I'm getting stronger in a more healthier way than what I had even when I was in college playing Division II football. You get what I'm saying? So when you make God a lifestyle and you get back to that base as if we playing hide and seek, God sends you back out to seek. And in your seeking, you're seeking for opportunities to serve others. You're seeking for opportunities to do things that a lot of people aren't doing. Just like, for instance, you step outside your house today and you see trash on the ground. Oh yeah, we got some people that they might send from jails to pick up trash. But if that trash is in your yard, pick it up and throw it away. That's serving. Get what I'm saying? Opening the door for somebody. That's serving. You hiding and you seeking. Seeing somebody with their head down and say, hey, look, I've had hard days before. You pick your head up. You seeking an opportunity to be positive. And that's what God wants. That's why the world is so messed up now, because we got so much criminology in the music, in the movies, in the households, and people aren't separating entertainment from what needs to be sought after and fixed. So that's the difference between a lifestyle with God and serving God for conveniency. Conveniency is, hey, I'm going to watch on TV these sermons or these movies, and I'm going to do right at home. Yes, start doing right at home, but once you graduate from home, when you leave home, graduate when you're in the car driving on the road, graduate when you're at the job. You know what I'm saying? Let it be known who you serve. Let it be seen who you serve. And not only when you're winning, when you're losing too. But that's all I'm going to give y'all right now. I had to. I hope this helps somebody today. I'm going to share this on all my networks in some form or fashion, because somebody out there needs to get this. I didn't have this when I was my age. I said my age. When I was younger. I didn't have this. Nobody talked to me about God so much in a way to where they were so transparent with me that I got it. I'm talking about on a consistent basis. But I can say this. I would see actions from my mom and dad. And neither was perfect, but my mother, she was, it was my mom. My mom, yeah. I saw my mom talk about God. I saw my mom do godly things. I saw my mom, and like I said, nobody's perfect, but I saw it. That was the closest I had. My dad, he would always say, pray. I just pray. And my dad is a very calm person when he's calm. So shout out to my mother and father. My mom passed in 2010. My dad is 82, still living. All right. And he's not done yet with his purpose. But when I said I didn't have a me, I mean like somebody a few years older than me, somebody who was not too far out from school and from high school. I've been kind of far out now. I'm about to be 35 April 2nd. But I didn't have a me. Somebody who can put it into a rap and give it to me. You get what I'm saying? On a consistent basis. Now, we've had different pastors come through, pass through, but it wasn't on social media the way it is now. We got a lot of me's out there now. But I have to cast my own bucket where I'm at right here in VA, in the 7 cities, in the 757, in the seven cities, because I didn't have this. I didn't have this for me. Nobody calling in and checking on me on a regular. So I'm gonna do this for y'all when I post, okay? So yeah, even if we never meet each other, I'm gonna do this for you all, because I didn't have it. So I'm gonna be for you all what I didn't have. And God's gonna send, and I'm getting my plays in from the Lord. That's why God is my lifestyle. And every day I wake up, I'm looking to serve. I'm looking to not just serve when it's convenient. I'm looking to serve when it's inconvenient. I got so many inconveniencies right now, you all, that if I told y'all what a brother going through, some of y'all would be like, no way, can't be. You get what I'm saying? No way. That can't be true. It is. I'm going through some mess that will break a brother down, break a sister down. But I'm getting up every day and I'm embracing God. And it's like checkpoints, driving on the game at Chuck E. Cheese. All I got to do is just get to that checkpoint, get to that next stop. And every time I get to that next stop, boom, my time gets extended. Extend your time today. Practice making God a lifestyle and not a conveniency. That's all I want to say. All right. And through the God that works through me, I love you all. And I'm not going to say that because it's commercializing. I'm not going to say it because it's cliche. But if God loves me and love working through me, then I love you. Keep it there.